So this is a really weird angle, but it's gonna have to work anyway. The next thing that I don't care about is if you love sweets or snacks. So when I do talk to people and they say, I'm a sweet lover, and they say it in such a way as if it's cringe. All right, so what I wanna talk to you about now are a few things that I absolutely, and I would say dietitians as a whole, a few things that we absolutely care about. So the first one is your honesty. Huge. And the reason for that is because if you are not telling us the truth in regards to the foods that you're eating, then our recommendations / interventions are not going to be effective. When I typically start working with people, I want them to log their meals simply for observation, because I'm looking, I'm listening, I'm not judging, and I'm seeing what their body is doing. But if they are logging their meals according to quote unquote how good or quote unquote how bad they think foods are, and they're not giving me the real deal, then the interventions that I see need to be made cannot be accurate interventions, because the meals that you're logging, the meals that you're telling me to eat, telling me that you were eating during that intervention week is not the truth. Dietitians care a lot about your relationship with food, and the reason we care about your relationship with food is because we do not want to create a eating disorder or disordered eating. So a lot of times when I work with people, I like to tell them, hey, let's get rid of those terms, good food versus bad food, because I don't even know what that means. I honestly don't. So your relationship with food, I am trying to educate you to think of food not as good or bad, but to think of food as nourishment. Think of food as energy. Think of food as, oh, okay, this food is high in protein. This food is high in fiber. This food has some carbs in it, etc. So I definitely do care about your relationship with foods. Number 3, what I do care about as a dietitian, your eating patterns. So if you were to have a cupcake or a piece of cake on a birthday or a holiday or an anniversary, I'm gonna say, okay, it comes around one day out of the year, but your eating pattern is a little more important to me. And the reason that it's important to me is because your eating pattern is going to have a very large bearing on your overall health status. So if I find a lot in your eating patterns that you're doing a lot of added sugar or a lot of fried foods, then I'm definitely going to address it. But every once in a blue moon, if you were to have something sweet or something a little more greasy, then that is no problem with me. Another thing that is important, I think this is number 4, that I do care a lot about is your medical history, whether that is something mental and or physical. And the reason for that is because it is going to impact everyone differently. So someone that comes to me with just one medical condition versus someone that comes to me with a plethora of medical conditions that change the protocol that I'm making for them, that weighs a lot. And this is why I always say never get your food and nutrition advice from someone on social media, because everybody's dealing with something different in their body and their protocol is going to be completely different. So I do care about your medical history, whether that is something mental / emotional or physical. And while I am on medical history, let me just address, I do care about the medications that you are taking as well. Or should I say the medications you have been prescribed to take but may not be taking. And the reason for that is your medications were given to you for a reason, and they do have an impact on your body. Despite you thinking that your doctor is a pill pusher, the medications do have their proper place, especially in diabetes care and management. And I know a lot of people want to get off their medications or not be prescribed medications at all, but that is definitely a conversation for your doctor. I'm a dietitian. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a nurse practitioner. I'm not a physician. So that is a question that you do need to ask whoever it was that put you on that medication. My strong point is to really lean heavily into food and nutrition. Also, last but not least, let me turn on this light. Oh, this light is not doing any justice. Last but not least, what I do care about is if my recommendations are realistic for you as well as sustainable. So definitely looking at those SMART goals. Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it realistic? And also, is it timely? So if the recommendations that I am making is not sustainable and realistic for you, then this can definitely cause more harm than good when it comes to your long-term health goals. So that is what is important for me. So let me just go ahead and say, if you are still with me on this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I definitely wanted to go outside and plant my my bell pepper seeds, but it seems as if I accidentally threw away my bell pepper seeds. So womp womp. What dietitians don't care about is if you're eating from a paper plate or china. I absolutely don't care. I don't. The next thing that we don't care about is if you understand or not nutrition lingo. And the reason that we don't care about it is because that is why you're coming to us in the first place. That is the reason why. So if you don't understand nutrition lingo, then that's a-okay. That is a-okay. Absolutely doing a bad job of multitasking here. But the next thing that we don't care about is if you fall off the bandwagon. So I have had a few returning clients come to me and, you know, they say, you know, they feel bad for returning to me to help them again because they've fallen off the bandwagon. And this is what I say. Life absolutely happens, and that is a-okay. When you are on your health journey, if it's for your diabetes, if it's for your weight management, if it's for your blood sugars, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. There's going to be a lot of ebbs and flows, and that is completely okay. When you need help, get help. So this is a really weird angle, but it's gonna have to work anyway. The next thing that I don't care about is if you love sweets or snacks. So when I do talk to people and they say, I'm a sweet lover, and they say it in such a way as if it's cringe. Being a sweet lover is completely normal. If I meet someone and they say, you know, I love my fruits and vegetables, I don't do any sweets whatsoever, then, you know, I'm gonna find that a little bit unique. I'm not going to say weird, but it's going to be unique. But being a sweet lover is completely normal, and your dietitian, we don't care, because that is basically how we're built. All right, other from that, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like. If you have a comment, go ahead and share your comment or question in the comment section below, and have a good day. Bye-bye.